everybody. This is Caeli on OG Wobble. I'm here with Jason Hann of EOTO, and we're backstage at the Paradise at his sold-out show. Second sold-out night in a row, right?
Yeah, it feels good. Last night was in New York or in Brooklyn at the Brooklyn Bowl. We had an amazing time there. But this show tonight has, as far as all our shows on this tour, has been sort of the most talked about, where everyone's like, I'll see you in Boston, from all different kinds of areas.
Nice.
So we're really happy to be here tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys have been killing it in Boston, right? This is like, I think, the third sold-out show in a row or something. So
exactly.
It seems like you're on tour all the time. It's like, how do you do it? How do you keep going?
Well, it's rough, but you just try to stay inspired and just know every city that you go to, most of them are new faces, and you got to really deliver. And you got to be up for it. You can't mail in a Monday night or a Tuesday night. You got to turn them all into Saturday nights. And so just try to rest during the day, do the show, meet the people at the after party at the end of the night, and and just try to pace yourself.
Cool. Do you have any plans to spend some time in the studio and come out with an album?
Well, over the summer, we did about, I want to say, 11 songs, but we're recording sort of in a different way right now. We used to be able to record ourselves in the exact template that we're using on stage, but since it's two separate computers, and now we have to link them up for after we finish the studio session, and it's a little bit crazy trying to get our stuff together to make it happen. So we've only released one track from that, but we've got about 10 other tracks waiting.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Right on.
So what are you listening to now? Like what kind of dubstep? What's inspiring you?
Oh, wow. Skillix definitely has gotten in there. Bear, and let's see, it's been a while since I listened to Excision and Datsik. J Rabbit I've been doing some DJ sets under the name Prophet Massive, so I'm having to like really dig through stuff that's out pretty recently, and man, right off the top of my head, it's not all hitting me, but I'm really enjoying new things that are coming out. It's getting to be a little bit predictable as the way a lot of tracks are being produced now, with kind of like the intro, and then they have one kind of main section, or they'll have two sections, a main section and a breakdown, and it just kind of repeats at the end. So hopefully that overall production starts amping up to a lot more sound design, because that's what I dig, when it's more sort of dramatic or cinematic, and lots of weaving, melodic, and gnarly bass sounds.
So what is EOTO working on right now? Like, what kind of direction are you trying to go in with the live dubstep?
Well, we're just trying to get a bigger sound. Always working on tones and new sounds. Travis is always programming different sounds, and particularly in this keyboard that he's gotten recently called the Gaia. It's made by Roland, and it's just really easy to program, and he's loving working with it, or the bass sounds that it has in it that he can go off and tweak. And I've definitely been diving more into vocal world, like adding a lot of sort of hints of songs from either old school R&B songs, or prog rock songs, or I don't know, whatever we're feeling in the moment, or some 80s pop song. And at this point, I don't really care too much whether people know the song or not. It's just more, it sounds like something cool to insert at the time. And like, we were in Buffalo last week, and I dropped a Mary Jane Girls song in there in my house. And I don't think anyone, I mean, we're in Buffalo, where that's Rick James's place, and he had the Mary Jane Girls, and I was like, just a little tribute to that. And I don't think anybody picked up on the song, but at the end of the night, one of the security guards said, "Oh, thanks for doing my girl's song." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well, I was Rick James' bodyguard for 15 years." And so I don't know, that I like those things, because it's going to go with the music, and it's going to be in key, and it might not be the most amazing thing or whatever, but it's just a little reference, and people pick up on it once in a while. So I like throwing those out there.
Well, what do you think it is about dubstep that's like got people so excited? What do you think it is? It's like turning people on so much and causing all these sold out shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's still relatively new and fresh on the scene. It's probably maybe the last 3 years it's really super amped up, and maybe really only in the last year and a half that it's like almost every conversation starts and stops with it, you know, and it's like this other generation of kids that's like, even if you're 24 and older or something, you may or may not fully like get it or something, where anyone under that age group is like, wow, we got some music for our generation, and you know, that even my older brother might not be into, or let alone my parents.
How would you describe it to someone that's never heard it before?
Oh man, it's like, it seems like, you know, it's like the headbangers can dig it, but also people that just want to like be all super sexy in their dance are digging it. Like it's got something for, you know, for everyone in there, right? When you hear it, it's got the power of just like, you know, grinding it out in both like, you know, an aggressive headbanging way and a sexual way. And I think it's really hitting that nerve. And again, it's different from everything that's been around, like house music and hip hop and breakbeat. So it's still, you know, really refreshing, especially someone that hasn't heard it before.
Cool. Well, is there anything you're working on, anything you'd like to tell us about?
In particular, we're just fully submersed in tour now. We got a couple of weeks to go, and you know, we just keep trying to dial in our sound too. Like right now, we don't have it fully dialed in. We're really happy where it's at, and you know, love seeing people freak out about it. But you know, we have some problems during sound check with making some things go. But that's the whole point, is we're always working on it and trying to make it better. And once we get that dialed in, maybe something else will come up. But you know, just to keep working on it and hopefully be, you know, always moving in a positive direction.
Cool. Well, I'm excited for the show. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Right on. Thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Sweet. Big ups to the Brain Trust and Lost in Sound, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, right on. See you tonight. Yay.